What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. Um, Before I get into this video, I want to remind you guys that if you want to donate to this channel, if you wish to show love to this channel, I'll put a link in the description box where you can donate to this channel if you choose to. Now, I want to do a video. First of all, shout out to QuestX because he talked about this in his video. And I noticed this last night myself on various channels because you wanted to see where the Joshua fanboys were going to go from here. You want to see like what angle they were going to go with this. How they were going to, what excuse they were going to use for their fallen warrior. And they're taking the angle that, hey, I had someone use this angle in my comment section. Vince Carter. Hey, all great fighters lose. You know what I'm saying? All the greats have lost. Joe Louis, Muhammad Ali, uh, you know, George Foreman, Tyson. It just happens. They all lose. Well, first of all, yeah, all the great fighters do lose. But we take the case of Joe Louis. Joe Louis, I think his first loss came against Max Schmeling, who was a former heavyweight champion, okay, at the time. And then he didn't lose again for 11 years. And then he lost to Rocky Marciano, who was undefeated, right? And then he lost to someone else. I can't think of it right now. Was it Charles? Can't think of that third loss off the top of my head right now. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, he lost to Hall of Famers. Muhammad Ali lost to Hall of Famers, okay, for the most part. He lost to Joe Frazier, Ken Norton, okay, Larry Holmes. Trevor Berbick is borderline, but Trevor Berbick went on to win a title in the 80s, okay? And Spinks, hey, by that time, Ali was clearly becoming affected by Parkinson's syndrome. And he had been through so many wars. So, look, you give Ali a pass for that one, okay? Other guys, they've lost to great fighters, okay? All these other fighters that you can name, they lost to either other great fighters or they got caught late in their careers. With Tyson and Douglas, that was just a perfect storm. That was an example of a guy who was no longer training at the level that he once did, started believing his own hype, versus a guy who had all the ability in the world, Buster Douglas, but wasn't living up to that ability. But then everything galvanized in his life, especially with the passing of his mother, to make him put on an all-time great performance. And he actually fought to the level of his ability for at least for one night. Okay? Joshua, at least with Tyson and Douglas, the fight went 10 rounds. For the most part, Ruiz, who nobody would put on the same level as even Buster Douglas. See, people forget that Buster Douglas was a prospect. It wasn't like he was, some guy who Tyson got the last minute, walking out of, Taco Bell closing up the place at the last minute. I'm like, hey man, I got this fight coming up in Japan. I wonder if you want to fight me. You know what I'm saying? Nobody want to fight me right now. Well, Mike, I could, man. But I got to be to work tomorrow in the morning. I got you covered financially. Okay. I'll quit then. Thanks for the opportunity, man. No, I want shit like that. It was Buster Douglas just was underperforming, and he just fell off the radar for a while. This guy, Andy Ruiz, look, he appears to be a very capable fighter, but he's not certain type of guy that should have beaten Anthony Joshua. Okay, and also Anthony Joshua's body language throughout the entire fight. Okay, well, actually, more or less his body language when he got into trouble, and then when he quit in the corner, doesn't say a lot about him. Okay, it kind of reminds me a little bit about some of the problems and some of the criticism I heard of Mike Tyson. Now, Mike Tyson had all the ability in the world, but some people would say that Tyson, when he got in trouble in fights, when he faced adversity, he would fold sometimes. Okay, but at least Tyson had that killer instinct, that bully instinct. This dude Joshua, if you can't see now that if he fought Deontay Wilder, Wilder would kill this fucking guy. And also, don't ever individually compare Anthony Joshua to George Foreman, and definitely not Muhammad Ali. That's a fucking insult to the sport of boxing to compare this chump to those two legends. And no, don't say shit like, well, you can't say that just because Joshua lost to Ruiz that Joshua would lose to Wilder. Yeah, I can't say that. Yeah, I can't say that. Because if he couldn't handle Ruiz's power, what in the fuck make you think he can handle Deontay Wilder's power? See, the thing about Foreman and Ali, Foreman's style. See, the reason why he hurt Frazier because Frazier was an inside fighter. Okay, other sluggers, you know what I'm saying, when they tried to slug with Foreman, they were usually in trouble. Okay? They might could go a little bit of a distance like Ron Lyle, but ultimately Foreman's power would overwhelm them. Okay? Same thing with Ken Norton. When he fought a boxer, someone with actual boxing ability, an elite fighter and had a chin, like Ali, that was a recipe for disaster for Foreman. That's why he lost that fight. That's also one of the reasons why George Foreman would never agree to fight Larry Holmes. And Larry Holmes knew that if he fought George Foreman, he would kick his ass. And Foreman knew that. Styles make fights. And if he couldn't handle Ruiz's power, like I said before, Deontay Wilder would have buried Bonds his fucking head into the 21st row. This dude was Anthony Joshua. I'm sorry. I used to see some of the shit his fans would say to LDBC members, man. The boxing community. Shit they would post in general about Anthony Joshua. So they deserve all of the ridicule that they're receiving right now. They deserve it. And anytime you got a guy like Joshua smiling in the background after losing his title, something that he should hold sacred, nah, this dude don't have it, man. This dude don't have it, man. This guy's mental fortitude makes LeBron James look like Genghis Khan. Oh my God! If he even had LeBron James's mental fortitude and will to win, he would be a great fighter. I mean, I'm not knocking Ruiz, man, but come on, man. There's no excuse for that. None. I don't want to hear none of that shit y'all dudes put in the comment section, man. None of that shit. None. Your boy has been exposed as an overrated bum. He's a bum. A bum.